Hey, you can't hear my fan in the background, can you?
No.
Good. 'Cause it is bloody hot in here. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to anyone who's watching. I think everyone. Yeah, I think we are good. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the F2 Season 2, Round 2, race around Vietnam. The first ever SLR race of any form. Around the track of Vietnam, or official race. Sorry, should I say? I am joined by the one and only SLR Liam.
Hello.
Very huge commentating fan is Liam. He couldn't really resist the opportunity to jump on the stream tonight. Could you, Liam?
It's very new to me. The second time doing it. See how I do.
I'm sure you'll be just fine, mate. I think everyone's very appreciative that you're jumping on and helping out with the stream. We are going to try and ride on board with, where is he? Zydrad, if we can find him. There we go. Because this man is very, very fast around this track in the F1 cars. Oh, no! Oh, for a second, I got very, very confused. Thought I was watching Zydrad, but I was actually watching Rockamad spin it at turn 1, or turn 2. Here we go, so Zydrad currently in the lead, no surprises there, seems to be chopping and changing. Oh, Baggy Fan just went to the top of the list for a second there. Didn't even see that. Now he's plummeted down to P14. Now that's something.
Must have been hard to corner.
Yeah, something. Yeah, yeah. Probably explains why he went up so fast. Merckx is not that far behind at the minute. Smoke, not that far either. Zydrad seems to be maintaining a constant lead though, which is not really a surprise at the minute. He is a bit of an expert around this track. I think he'll be looking for back-to-back wins, won't he?
Yeah, maximum points.
Maximum points. We unfortunately haven't had the F2 race report yet. Some unknown reason. Hopefully we'll get that to you ASAP from Bahrain. But yeah, Vietnam is going to be a very interesting prospect. It's a lot. It's new to the majority of drivers. I'm pretty sure you can race on it on. Is it set of Corsa, Liam? Or
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's a set of Corsa you can race this track on.
Is that a project?
I can't say I've done it. Right. Okay. Well, look at Zydrad here. He's still first coming up to the line. Looks like a very good lap. It's going to put him on pole by 3/10. Zydrad from Merckx. Marcel McKeon. Look at him. P3. Dylan P4. Bunny P5. Evoke replays P6. I think that's as far down as I could quickly get there. SLR McKeon putting it third. I mean, he showed some really good pace yesterday in the Wednesday race, didn't he? I think he finished on the podium there. So it's not a surprise as such, but he has beaten some fast people. Surprised to see Motion Hazard so far down. He must have made a mistake, or he's not overly fluent with the car.
Yeah, only person to validate is Smoke there at the bottom. He's got a task in his hand.
Smoke. That's a shame for Smoke. He was in P3 for, well, whenever I seem to look, he was definitely there or thereabouts in terms of being in the top 3. So he's got a lot of work to do going into this race. Can't imagine, especially with no ERS system to use, that it's going to be overly easy to overtake around here. Safety car is off, which is a really important thing for us to mention this week for anyone who's watching, who's not part of the league, hasn't seen any of the announcements as such. But this whole weekend in Vietnam is going to have no safety cars. The whole thing is being turned off just because of the the glitches really, and the effect that they're having on the racing. We've been told by Dylan it's dry all the way, so I think that's probably going to help the majority of people. That's why I thought it does look like it could. The heavens could open any second now. Cooper Benz and Baggy have readied up. I hope they're supposed to ready up.
I'm not sure there's a break in
course. I can't remember if there is. I don't think there is. So I think Alright. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, I think pretty sure it's a one-stop strategy. A Vulcan Beast on the medium tyres, which is of interest. Smoke at the back is also on the mediums as we go out for the formation lap. Let's have a quick look at the tyres, shall we? Yeah, so just to confirm then, we have Evoke and UK Beast Assassin and Smoke on the medium tyres, and the rest of the field on the soft, so I can only assume it's a one-stop strategy from softs to mediums or mediums to softs for those three that have gone for a slightly alternate strategy. No surprises though, Liam, to see Zydrad P1. Is he your prediction to take the win?
Yeah, it's got to be. If he keeps out in the walls, he'll be flying up front, I reckon.
I think it's a really important thing to mention is keeping out of the walls. I think it's keep it out of the walls and think you're going to have a good race. Really, doesn't really matter if you've got the fastest one lap pace or the fastest race pace. I think it's just going to be down to consistency, really. Doesn't seem like an overly easy track to pick up a lot of penalties. I mean, I could be wrong. And Beast's actually spun it on the formation lap. He's just done what he did in Australia and tried to spin it round and put it in the wall. Nicky's been disqualified. Scopes is not quite sure what Scopes
A few people
is. Oh no, that's
disqualified
Nicky's
there.
car. Yeah, quite a few. Yeah, 3 people have been disqualified. Beast has spun it, so his tyres are not going to be too happy. Yeah, so 3 guys are already on the grid, sat there right now as we speak with cold tyres. There's still a bit of a way of the lap to go at the minute. So Zydra's going to lead them through. Merckx is going to be looking for a good result today. I'm not sure if he's going to be expecting to get past Zydrad. I think if he's going to get past Zydrad, it's got to be lap 1. I think that's his only chance.
Yeah.
Really, if I don't want to put too much pressure on Zydrad.
Himself if he can.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Obviously, he's going to try and keep him behind. You can probably make it very difficult to pass here, with especially with no ERS and only with the DRS and the F2 cars. So I imagine Merckx is going to have his work cut out. SLR McKeon, to be honest, is a surprise P3, but he has got some really, really good pace. So we'll be interested to see where he finishes up and how he goes, especially on this first lap. We're going to quickly change to the position changes for the first few laps, so we can have an idea as to who's jumped who, so on and so forth. As we're waiting for Beast actually to be the last driver to get into his slot, as he was at the back of the grid after spinning. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are out in Vietnam for the first ever SLR race. Looks like Zydrad's had a good start. It looks like McKeon hasn't had a great start either, but going into turn 1, see who's making moves here at the inside. That looks like Silly Bunny going at the inside. Someone spun round there. Couldn't tell. I think Beast's made a mistake. Beast's gone all the way down to P17. He's lost 8 positions already. Not sure whether that was anything to do with his tyres, whether he's spun on the formation lap, or the fact that he's on the mediums in comparison to the soft tyres.
Silly Bunny's gone.
Oh, massive crash. Silly Bunny's spun.
Hicklin's
hit him. Baggy fans hit Hicklin. And Baggy, he's got a car park to get round. So's Beast. They're doing a bit of a bay park, to be honest with you, right now. And obviously no safety car, which is a killer for these boys now. They're going to be way off the pace. Particularly Baggy's going to have to go onto a slower tyre. But yeah, 2 retirements on the first lap already. Merckx is keeping Zydrad honest so far. He's within half a second. He's big losers as well on that first lap. Dylan's lost 6 places. The game is giving blue flags to someone, so it's good to know that there's another glitch, even though the safety car isn't on. Who's this? Is Evoke battling his teammate in the Campos team. It's Hazard. Oh, Evoke's almost lost it. Nicky's going to have a run on him here. Evoke's going to come across and defend. Nicky's going to go for the inside here. Not the inside goes Nicky. Looks like he's going to have that position. Gives Evoke the space, but Evoke isn't going to get that position back, and that's Dylan right on the back. He was missing his teammate, Ham Jam, who's not racing this week. Could be critical in the championship, but himself and his brother Jam are not racing. But yeah, good move from Nicky. Evoke made a mistake, and that's Benz, and Hazard making a I think it was not Hazard making a mistake, but it was Benz making a mistake. Trying to see, looks like everyone's got full front wing at the minute that I've seen.
No,
There
I can
might be
see
a few
Cooper,
down the
Benz,
field
and
who
Nicky.
haven't.
They're missing them plates.
Are they?
Yeah.
Also
Looks
getting
like
out of
sitting
shape in the
eighth or ninth.
background. Oh, he is, yeah, apologies there. Benz is missing the right side end plate and Nicky's missing the left side end plate. SLR McKeon supposedly is in P2, but that's the telemetry that's not helping us there one bit. He is still in P3 behind Merckx and Zydrad. And UKB Assassin pits.
But he hasn't pitted, and he's got damage to stay down.
I think at this particular race it makes sense probably not to pit because the safety car isn't going to come out. You probably who's that around the outside? Is that Benz and Nicky? Both of them got wing damage, so they're going to be creating a bit of a train. It's all aboard the Benz train. If someone bins it in the background, who is that? Is that Division? No, Rockamad. Rockamad's lost it. Coming out of what is that? Turn 5, I think it is. No, yes, I think it's turn 5. Rockamad has lost it. He's definitely got big wing damage. Smoke's gained 4 positions, but mostly from people crashing into each other. So now Rockamad is in last place of the cars that are still running. Smoke's just about to join the back of this Benz train. Seeing that he's not too far behind Motion Hazard himself. Zajad's put a bit of time on Merckx this lap. He's put a second on him, hasn't he, Liam? He's starting to stretch his legs, I think.
Starting to get that rhythm for this track, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it might have taken him. Yeah, I think it's taken him maybe a couple of laps to get into the groove, and I think now Merckx is going to have to do something special to catch him. But yeah, look at McKeon. He's keeping Merckx very honest here. He's right behind him. He's going to get some DRS as well. Here on lap 3, I'm going to stay on board with Callum actually here. This is going to be very interesting. Through this first sector, you can see the DRS on the bottom right. It's about to be activated. He's got a nice little run, has Callum. I'm going to see if he's close enough here. It looks like he probably won't be coming into turn 3. Oh, sorry, turn 4. Apologies. But this is the long straight. This is where he's going to have his best chance. It's all about the exit here. It's brand new tracker. It's very new to everyone. It's all about his exit here. Very close to the wall to get the optimal exit. Gets the power down. He's right behind Merckx. He's got the slipstream. He's got no DRS just yet. He's not got to the point where he can open it. It's coming up now. Opens the DRS. He's gaining on Merckx. He's gaining on him big time here. He's going to throw it up his outside by the look of it. Coming into the corner, and he's already passed him. Merckx is going to have to sit in behind here. Yeah, McKeon has got that move done. So McKeon up into P2. Southerners doing a good job in P4. He's up 3 positions already. Really solid drive. Speaking of solid drives, SLR Scopes, really good to see him having a good race. He's actually moved down. Oh, Dylan. Oh, he has. Yeah, he really has spun it. Are their cars coming? No, Baggy's quite a way down the road still. And Dylan's got big damage. Look at that. He's going to have to pit there. Smoke is gaining from all of these people been in their cars. He's only 2.2 seconds off reverse grid pole at the minute, so I think he's going to be getting his foot down. Saying that, Evoke is a bit of a specialist in the F2 cars. Let's hope his connection sticks with us. Seems to have no issues so far, neither does anyone. Fingers crossed. I think Merckx is going to be sticking with McKeon here. He's going to try and get him back this lap. But yeah, sorry, we're going quickly back onto Scopes. He's been moved down to Division 2, hasn't he, Liam? In the F1 cars, he seemed to have found some really good pace in between seasons. So he moved into Division 1, but I think it's not been quite as plain sailing as he would have liked. Oh, he's almost lost it on the curb there, but he's okay. But it's not quite gone to plan for him, so I think he's best suited to Division 2, hence why he is there. Motion Hazard has also gained 5 positions, so good start for him. Evoke down 2. It's not really the start he would have wanted. He has got a full wing, though he's got no damage, so he's going to be fighting to keep hold of that reverse grid pole, or at least better it as we go on. Look at it, Merckx is not close enough to McKeon to get anywhere near him coming into the corner here. Yep, McKeon's going to hold on to 2 for the time being. Zydrad with a comfortable lead at the minute. Doesn't seem to be really stretching his lead. I'm not sure whether he's driving within himself at the minute or what. Ben's down in P12. I think we've missed that, Liam.
I think he came in and pitted maybe because of the damage got early on.
He has pitted, yeah. He's pitted. He was on soft, so I think he's just got to make those mediums go a bit longer and catch up and gain the time that he's lost through the pit stops. Got Division, who is just up the road. He's right behind Smoke, who's gaining a little bit. He's gained half a second on Evoke since we last checked in on these two. And this is actually at the minute, this is the closest battle. This is both for point-paying positions, but I think they're both going to be pushing Evoke, trying to catch up to him, because of course the person who finishes 8th is the person who starts on pole for the sprint race. Yeah, so it seems to have settled down a little bit, Liam.
Yeah.
No surprises really as such. Zydrad with a comfortable lead at the minute, but McKeon keeping him honest. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, right now I'm just watching Motion Hazard stick on the back at Scopes at the minute. Scopes has got damage, so I expect Hazard to get the job done somewhere around this lap.
Okay, we're going to keep an eye on that. Scopes has damage, do you say?
Yeah, he's missing an end plate.
He has. Right. Oh yeah, on the right side. Yeah, he's going to be hampering him around these corners. Look at the exits. Hazard's going to get in comparison. Scopes seems a little bit all over the place. A little bit of a kick of oversteer on the exit of that. Hazard's got the slipstream, so he's gaining a little bit, and DRS is going to open now. It's going to be close whether he's going to be able to get close enough for a move. He's going to try it, I think, trying to get by the inside of Scopes. Wheel to wheel. Oh, he's overshot it a little bit. Scopes is going to switch back, and he's got it done. Hazard's gone in a little bit too deep there. I think he'll be kicking himself, really. That was a really good chance to get past Scopes. He's going to be holding him up now for the rest of the lap. And, well, into the next lap as well. He's 5.5 seconds behind Southerners, his Scopes, so Hazard would really have some ground to make up. Southerners, in fact, in P4 running a bit of a lonely race at the minute. Interestingly, SLR McEwen has taken 4/10 out of Zydrad. We'll keep an eye on that battle at the front. He has put some really good time on Merckx, who's 1.6 seconds behind him. So this is a bit looking a bit ominous for the Div 1 drivers for tomorrow night. Is Liam, if McEwen can replicate the sort of pace he's showing right now?
He's showing some good pace in time trial. Oh, Evoke's left.
Oh, that's a shame. Just as we were talking about him, he has disconnected. It's not really a surprise. You know how to get people back in, don't you, Liam?
Yeah, I invite him.
That's the beauty of the co-coms account.
Yeah, that's it.
He's got a little bit of a train now behind Scopes. Hazard's gonna... Oh, Dylan's gone. Oh, no, at the inside goes Nicky on Hazard. That was never going to work. Nicky's got damage on the left-hand side. Has Hazard got damage? It doesn't look like it. A nice little helicopter angle here going down the straight. Look at the three of them there. Loving that angle.
No damage for Hazard.
No damage for Hazard. Scopes, he's going to be gaining on him here with a DRS, but it's going to be close. See whether he can get... No, he's not going to be anywhere near close enough. So that's really disappointing for Hazard. He's going to be another lap behind Scopes, and Scopes is effectively pushing him into his teammate, Nicky, isn't he? So this is not too good for the Campos driver in Hazard. His teammate as well also has just disconnected. He's going to be he's joining back as we speak, which is great. Thanks to Liam for the invite. But all this time, Smoke. Oh, speaking of Smoke, Division's just passing around the outside. Great move from Division. So Division now, in fact, is going to be catching Evoke for this reverse grid pole. Yeah, great overtake from Division around the outside. Just cut to Smoke, expected to talk about him, say how he's likely to overtake Evoke. Evoke, in fact, has just taken control of his car. Still in P8. Division now, the car behind him, is going to be charging down, but I'm surprised, to be honest, to see Division overtaking Smoke. No, obviously no offence to Division, my Red Bull teammate, but I expected Smoke to be a little bit quicker. But saying that, Division has showed some really good pace historically in these F2 cars. Shame for Hicklin today. He's DNF'd. He was involved in the incident last week. Oh, Division's lost it. Division's lost it.
Oh, no.
He's not got damage. He's going to be able to rejoin the track, but he's conceded that P8. And Evoke, after rejoining, has put some good time on Smoke. But Motion Hazard's pitted. I just didn't notice that. But Motion Hazard now on the way out of the pit. Interesting to see this new pit lane here at Vietnam. It basically rejoins you straight in the racing line, which is going to be interesting. A little bit like France, isn't it, Liam, where you could just come straight out in front of another car, and the car that's already on track might be none the wiser. Right, 12 laps remaining. Nicky and Scopes getting a bit feisty here. Is Scopes trying to battle this? Oh, he is. Up the inside goes Scopes. And wheel to wheel the teammates. Both of them have got wing damage. This could get interesting.
Quite a bit of wheel bang in there.
Yeah. Nicky's going to have the inside. Scopes is going to go try on the outside. What Division did to Smoke on the last lap. He's going to have a better run by the look of it. And Scopes is going to get the move done. Great move. Brilliant move by Scopes there to take back P5 from his teammate. Really interesting to see what happens here, though, because they are both on the soft tyre. Both of them have got wing damage. Are any of them going to jump in the pits this lap? No, none of them go in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what their call is. Both in the same team.
Yeah, so both in the same team. I'd imagine they're in the same party, or at least having some form of communication. They don't really want to be racing each other. They're not going to be gaining anything from that. Merckx has has gone into the pits, as has race leader Zydrad. So maybe Zydrad was feeling a bit of the pressure from McKeon at the front.
Well.
So Zydrad and Merckx, are they going to get put back into traffic? Oh, Zydrad's getting right behind Evoke here. Oh, yeah, he's going to be right behind Evoke. This is going to be brilliant news for McEwen if he can have a good in-lap. I'm assuming he's going to be going for the overcut. Zydrad's going to be stuck behind Evoke here. I don't think he's going to get the move done. Evoke's going to give him the room. Zydrad's going to try. No, Evoke goes very defensive here. It's going to be holding Zydrad up even longer.
Yeah.
I'd imagine he's going to get past him on this straight. Are they? They are, yeah. This is going to be like a lot easier move for Nicky. He's not even got to the DRS detection point. Well, not the detection point, but he's not even got to the activation point. And he's already passed his teammate, but that means Scopes is going to get the DRS here. So Scopes got a chance to get his teammate back again, coming into this corner here. And he has got him back easily. Nicky's not going to be able to challenge this here. These two are not really helping each other at the minute. They're properly racing each other, which is good to see. Speaking of racing, Zydrad now, net race leader past Evoke Replay. So he is going to be charging now in this sector to try and gain some of the time he might have lost while stuck behind Evoke. Who's that there? That's Nicky made a mistake. Nicky's made a big mistake there, trying to avoid him here as Evoke. And that's Smoke as well on Division right, caught up here. I think Nicky has big damage, and he already had damage before Evoke hits the side of him. That could have been bad. Nicky's surely going to have to pit here. He does pit. So Nicky
Scopes is in the pits as well, though.
Scopes in the pits, so they're both going to be pitting.
Yeah.
That's not going to... Obviously, the pits are so slow in these F2 cars. McEwen's also in the pits. Zydrad is definitely going to beat him out. Is Merckx going to beat out McEwen here? I think he is.
He has.
See, the line is a lot more optimal. No, he hasn't. McEwen's got a better run because the pit lane line is a lot more optimal than the race line. But, yeah, Zydrad's got a really comfortable lead now. He's clear air. He's got 3 seconds on Evoke, and McEwen is stuck behind him. So McEwen's going to have to get past Evoke and hope that they hold up Merckx for a little bit, because otherwise he's going to have him breathing down his neck. Oh, Smoke's hit the wall.
Boxed.
Smoke hit the wall there. You can just hear a bit of a scraping on the left-hand side. It looks like McEwen's going to get past Evoke easily, but he's going to get past him before the detection point, which means Evoke's going to get DRS back on him. Look at this. Evoke is going to have DRS back on Smoke. Not on Smoke, on Callum. And McEwen is going to have to defend here. He's going to have to hold on to his P2. Evoke's going to go for it around the outside. Oh, Callum moved late a little bit there, but look at it. Could be wrong. It did look like he came across a little bit, but it seems like it was fair. Rubing is racing. Merckx is past Smoke. So Merckx up into P4 now. Evoke pitted? Evoke hasn't pitted. So he's really got to Callum's really got to stretch his legs in this sector while Merckx is being held up by Evoke. But I'd imagine Evoke's going to be coming in this lap. Oh, no, he won't be, in fact, sorry, he's on the medium tyres, he's going to be going even longer. Merckx,
Yeah, Smoke as well.
at the inside into the penultimate corner. And Merckx now into P3.
Started looking at a
So
full second from that
1:50.
there.
There's almost a 2-minute lap time,
Yeah.
especially in these cars. But yeah, Zydrad, very comfortable lead at the minute. Ewan 4 seconds back, Merckx P3, so it's as you were for the top three before this round of pit stops. Southerners in P6, he will inherit P4 once Evoke and Smoke pit. Quick check, see what tyres everyone's on. Everyone on track right now is on the medium tyred. It's going to be very interesting. UK beats Assassin. I'll quickly check in on him. He's not quite having the race he would have wanted. He's down in P12 at the minute, is UK beats Assassin. Has pitted for mediums. He did start on the mediums, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've got to use both compounds. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have
I
to pit
believe he's
again.
pitted, yeah.
He already heavily pitted for. He was started on the mediums and he's pitted for mediums. So I think he's going to have to pit for softs. I could be wrong. Please correct me in the stream chat if I am. So yeah, Beast down in P12 in a bit of a race of his own. He's 4 seconds behind Nicky, who is 16 seconds behind Benz in the last point position, who is apparently 1 lap down. Is Benz in P10? Doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, it's a bit of a lull at the minute, isn't it? Zydrad set another fastest lap. Doesn't seem to be a lot of action on track. Let's talk about the weekend then, Liam, shall we?
Yeah.
What are you predicting this weekend? How do you think it's gonna pan out? Obviously, it's a new track.
I think there'd be quite a few instances just from people being so fresh to the track. Probably a lot of end plates going missing. A lot of wing changes, but for Div 1 tomorrow night, I think Callum's proven that he's got some real pace here to be at the top.
So yeah, you think he's the man to beat going into tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can't help but agree with you, Liam. I think it's going to be a really interesting weekend of racing. I think it's interesting for Div 1 to set the tone. See, I'm pretty sure some of the other divisions will be watching on in
for strategy
anticipation,
calls.
really. Yeah, strategy calls. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of strategy used this time. I think with no. Well, actually, no. Sorry, probably less strategy used than previous. Really, without a safety car.
Yeah, you might see a few people trying to stick out with end plate damage and put on the hards or something, and just hope they get trap position.
I think you might be right. It's obviously not easy to pass here, as we have seen. Obviously, with the walls so close and no safety car, people are running a really big risk. Evoke has pitted. So Evoke's pitted, is he? No, so Evoke's going to be putting these soft tyres on. Smoke stays out. Just as we were talking about him, UK Beast Assassin came in for a fresh set of softs. I know it says he's on 10 lap old soft, but I can guarantee you that is not true. He also managed to pick himself up a penalty. He's not going to be in the best oppositions for the next race. He's going to be starting P13 as things stand, so it's really not looking too good for UK Beast Assassin. Let's see where Evoke is going to come out here. Ben's behind him is pitting. So that a 2-stop for Ben? That is not going to be overly optimal for him. Yeah, it's definitely going to be 2. He started on the softs. He's going back on to no, he's putting mediums on, I think. Yeah, Ben's a medium, so that means Nicky is now up into P10.
Is that a
The
second
only
stop
man
then?
on track. Yeah, that's the second stop for Coupe de Benz, as we can see here on the list. We've got Motion Hazard and Division going wheel to wheel here. Who's in front? Who's going to get the DRS? Looks like Hazard's just behind. Sorry, not it was Evoke and Hazard, the teammates, having a big scrap here. Hazard's got DRS, but he's not using it.
Is that broken, possibly?
Possibly. Yeah, it could well be a malfunction. There's Evoke holds on to that position then. Cylinder's right behind Smoke now. I think we'd be expecting Smoke to pit this lap. And there we go, he comes in. In he goes. So lap 3's at Southerners. He's back into P4 any second now once he overtakes SLR Smoke. So it's a really good result so far for Southerners. He's actually gained 3 positions. So to go from P7 to P4 is nothing to be sniffed at. It's really good points for him. He's going to be in a good position for the start of the next race. He'll be fancying his chances. At the minute, Motion Hazard's on reverse grid pole, but Division's going to have something to say about that. He's right behind him. He's going to have DRS here to close up. Hazard's actually dropped out of Evoke's DRS by the look of it. So he's not going to be getting DRS to defend himself with, and Evoke's not exactly going to be helping him out either, as they were literally going wheel to wheel on this on the previous lap. Smoke is now on fresh softs. He comes out just behind Division, second down the road. Takes an interesting line there, does Smoke.
Yeah.
Interesting looking helmet as well. I say I quite like that. But yeah, we're going to watch the fight now for the reverse grid pole. This is going to be a 3-way fight by the look of it. Hazard, Division and Smoke. Oh, Smoke just clipped that wall. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I think Smoke.
It took a very wide line into the first part of that corner, so it compromised on the exit.
He did, and Division's got DRS on Motion Hazard. He's going to be going around the outside. Hazard leaves him the space, but he wants the inside line, does Hazard. A little bit of wheel banging there. He's going to have a better exit. My money's on Division there to get a slightly better exit. Oh, it looks. Hazard's had a slightly better one. He's going to have a better line looking through the corner as well. Is Division going to try and block that line off? He is. He's gone a little bit hot.
Hazard's still
going to try and switch back. You know, wheel to wheel around the wall. Oh, they've touched. Division and Hazard. I don't think there was any damage there. Oh, Smoke's hit the wall again.
Doesn't look to be any damage.
Doesn't look to be any damage. Division and Hazard with a really good battle there. Very enjoyable to watch, that was. Let's hope we can have a bit more of that. 3-way fight here for P8 then. Smoke seems to have had a bit of a bang in with the walls, but he's right on him now. His soft tyre's going to have warmed up nicely. He's going to be trying to, what's he trying to do there? Trying to get out of the dirty air, trying to cool his tyres down. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Look at the grip he's got in comparison with Division there. He almost hit the back of him, had to put the brakes on, did Smoke. Right up behind Division, almost pushing him around that corner. Opens the DRS. Division's going to get DRS to defend against Smoke. Was Smoke going to try it here? Doesn't look close enough. He's going to... No, he's not trying it there. And while these two are having a bit of a scrap, it's going to let Motion Hazard try and stretch his legs a little bit. But Division, I don't think he's going to let him on this straight. He's definitely going to be within DRS. But I think Hazard's going to be desperately trying to get out of it. He's definitely put some time between him, but he is still within a second, so Division is going to get DRS. Smoke's going to get past him. Smoke's going to get past him. Yeah, this is for reverse grid pole. So Smoke now takes P8. Division has to lift off the throttle there. He's going to concede that position. Smoke into P8 on the fresh soft, so he's going to be expecting to get past Hazard here. Ooh, a bit of a kicker oversteer there for Division, and then it's going to be Hazard and Division fighting it out for P8. It's going to be an interesting one, this one, Liam. I think Division's going to be hoping that Smoke... yes, Division's going to be hoping that Smoke and Hazard lose a bit of time while they're having a bit of a scrap. All this time he is gaining seems to be a mishap with these timings, says that Benz is still a lap down. Zydrad up front with a 6.4 second lead. It's been very, very comfortable for him so far. He's going to be trying to maintain this with 5 laps remaining. Evoke is within a second of Scopes on the fresh softs, so he's going to be pushing for P5 here. That would not be a bad result considering he's been disconnected mid-race. Smoke is right behind Hazard. Oh, what's happened to Smoke? What's happened there?
Front right wheel is broken.
He stopped right on the racing line. Division hit him. Division's got massive damage. Look at Division's left side.
Yeah, he
I
does.
missed it with Nicky. I was too busy looking at Division's car. We're going to see it with Ben's. I think Smoke's car, yeah, it's gone, unfortunately. I couldn't tell what happened there.
I saw it on board with Nicky and Smoke's car, but it was the wrong side to see what the damage was. Damage was done to Smoke's car there.
A quick check of the race director. Actually, just check it first, Liam.
Oh, it's
penalties come up.
Division.
Oh no, that's Division. Division. Oh, he's got no wing at all. The front wing's
so
gone.
Nicky now on reverse grid pole.
Oh, Division's gone again. Oh, that's not looking good. Oh no, and he's on the racing line. And now that's Benz up into P9. Division's having a shocker here. This is reminiscent of Scott's 20-point turn at Baku in season 2, I think it was. For anyone who wants to know, I'm sure it's
just
on the
checking
YouTube somewhere.
Just checking the student chat. It says gearbox has gone, so it's had a complete failure of it.
That's a disaster then. He was on for a good result there. He's definitely going to put himself in a good position for the next race, considering where he started.
Yeah, it's going to give him a shout
Scopes
for driver of the day.
Scopes is going to try it. Yeah, he was definitely on for a shout. At the minute, it looks like it's going to be a pretty tough call. The vote's gone really wide, and Scopes is just taking him up the inside. So
Scopes has done with double inner plate damage. Both sides gone.
Okay. He's going to have a lot of understeer now. His SLR Scopes of Votes is going to be looking up the inside of him. Division's also crashed. All right on the racing line.
When he's left the session.
Right on the racing line, Division. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that.
Oh, his car just disappears. A rocker man.
That is that's a pretty hefty collision there. You want to try and get him back in, Liam? He's going to need to do the sprint race. So Baggy Fan, at the minute, about to get a point in F2. UKB Assassin 9 seconds off the points. He's got Rockamad only 1.2 behind him. And he's definitely gained on him. Has Rockamad? Oh, who's that in the background? Evoke. Got damage on the left side. He's lost a lot of time to Scopes. These two have been having a bit of a scrap by the look of it. As things stand, Nicky is going to be on reverse grid pole. He's got 16 seconds to the car in front of him. Ben's apparently a lap down, but by the look of it, Ben's looks like he's about 16 seconds down on Nicky as well. So Nicky in a world of his own, heading to reverse grid pole. Race leader Zydrad, also in a world of his own, heading for a race win, Liam.
Yeah. After the pit stops, he kind of just I think McEwen got stuck behind a boat, was it? And that lost him a second already, and he's just run away with it.
He sure has there. Got a lovely little camera angle as we can see Southerners go past him on the other straight. And yeah, he's got a very, very big lead as Zydrad. McEwen's had a really good race. He's gone up to P2. Merckx will be a bit disappointed, to be honest. He's lost that position to Callum. Looks by just pure raw pace, and he's not been able to keep with him, has he? Really? He's not just disappeared as Callum. He's only 2 seconds down the road, but he's not put up as much of a challenge as I expected him to.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Evoke now, who's losing time to Scopes. There's another half a second that's gone since we last checked in. But it's actually the closest battle on track. Rockamad has lost a second to UK Beast Assassin. He has a full front wing, does Rockamad. And Beast has gained 2 seconds on Baggy Fans since we last checked, but it looks like it's probably going to be too little too late. Unless something pretty major happens in front. It looks like Zydrad coming up to lap. Oh, Beast has binned it. Oh, that looks like a gearbox.
Must have been, the gearbox must
Look at it here.
get actually destroyed around this track. Yeah, that's the end of the
teammate.
Start
There's
finish
his
phase.
teammate here coming up to him there. Yeah, the gearbox has just gone. Well, it looks like a gearbox issue, which is really surprising. It's a massive gearbox failure for 2 of our drivers here. And then on the penultimate lap, so that promotes Rockemad up to P11, so it's almost anyone who finishes his game points, Liam. This could be a recurring theme this weekend.
Yeah, Rockemad only went out of points limit in 11th, 9 seconds off. Zydrad coming into the lap, Rockemad here. Oh, Rockemad's hit Zydrad. That goes around.
No, he hasn't. Oh, he has.
Yeah, end plate damage as well. Where's McEwen?
So Rockemad's hit the race leader.
Yeah, he pulled on his way then into the actual turn, just kept his car there.
Oh my word. It's like Ocon and Verstappen. So with 1 lap to go, just over 1 lap to go, Zydrad's got major damage on the right hand side. McEwen is 3 seconds down the road. It's a little bit like Hamilton and Verstappen at the weekend.
The gap's half
it. Yeah, Zydrad's Hamilton obviously not quite with a puncture, unfortunately, in terms of the drama. But look at McEwen; he's taken 3/10 out of him in that sector.
You can see him.
Looks like it could be half a. Yeah, you can see him. Incredible.
He's got a lap to
Rockemad
do
and
it.
Zydrad coming together. What is Rockemad doing?
I'm sure that'll be clipped and investigated by the stewards.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to looking. Well, it was a 2F2 stewards ourselves, Liam. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that. McEwen is 2.5 seconds down. He's going to be pushing like hell here. I think, fortunately for Zydrad, a fair bit of it is straights, so he's going to be. You're not going to have too much to worry about there.
Be interesting to see how much time he loses in the last sector because all those twisty corners.
There's a lot of.
As I think something's happened to Baggy fan. I think he might be out of fuel.
Baggy.
His lights are on.
Oh,
Was it
yeah,
a punch
he
or
is.
somewhere?
Right, I'm bored with Southerners here. Maybe it'll give us an idea of the slow-moving Baggy car.
I'll keep an eye on the gap at the top. It's 2 seconds at the minute.
Baggy seems to have... No, not a puncture. I think he's out of fuel.
Yeah.
McEwen hasn't been able to take enough out of Zydrad's gap at the front. I can imagine some, even if Zydrad does take the win here, he's going to have some stern words with Rockemad. I'm not quite sure what he was doing. There should never be any incidents with cars from who are a lap down.
Zydrad might actually have a penalty every second corner cut in pen, so it'll be interesting. Callum does
He
take
has! Incredible! McCallum's going to take the win. McCallum's taken the win. Zydrad's been absolutely... Well, I don't want to speak for him. I'm sure we'll speak to him at some point after, but he's going to be absolutely fuming.
There.
What was he? He was 7 something seconds in the lead, 8 seconds in the lead, and he has a collision with a car from
Scopes
a lap
as well, I
down.
believe.
Scopes out of fuel. Oh, going right down the order. It's
So
2 cars out of fuel here.
Cooper Benz is well out of fuel, I think. And he's on the
This is
pole.
crazy. Rockemad, he's
Has her across the line.
38 seconds behind is Rockemad. And this is for a reverse grid pole. 33 seconds behind, 32, 31, 30. This is going to be close, you know.
As Nicky finishes.
Nicky finishes now, so there you go. All eyes now on who's going to get P8. Oh, Benz is
Hunting him
not
down. This
getting...
is interesting.
Rockamad's gaining... No, Rockamad's going to get this easily.
If we could, in
So
the
we've had
comments, ask your
drivers with
driver of the
gearbox
day.
fail. It's been
Not
a little
driver,
bit like
driver of the week
Silverstone,
for
wasn't it,
this.
Liam?
Yeah, we could, if we could ask for driver of the week for this feature race.
Oh
here.
no, driver of the day for the feature race, yeah, and then we'll get one for the driver of the
sprint
after. But yeah, Rockamad is going to take reverse grid pole, and I'm sure that's going to be very, very interesting to Zydrad. I'm very, very interested to see what he has to say. I'm going to try and see if we can get any instant reaction from him. Yeah, there you go. Rockamad crosses the line.
55 mile an hour. Still got to complete his lap. Same for
Scopes is probably not going to make this round before the timer comes. Cooper Benz,
final corner.
He's probably just going to make it round. He's going to finish P9. He's going to get points.
Gives it
There's
a
Benz. There you go. Love to see it from Benz. Now Scopes is racing the AIs with the look of it. We go on board with Southerners. We get a nice little look of the boys who aren't even controlling their cars. We've got Scopes in front of him. He's got 25 seconds to get to the line, and he's not going to do it.
Hey, he's still almost at final set to go about halfway. 10 seconds left. He's not making this.
He's not going to do it. Is he going to get disqualified if you don't finish?
I believe it just times him out. This guy's been retired.
Oh, he didn't make it to the end of the race. He's retired.
Yeah.
He didn't
He's
make
pulled
it
off
to the end.
side there.
That's not going to be points for Scopes. He's just been finessed for a point. There are Scopes. He retired from the race, didn't make it to the finish line, so he's not going to be scoring any points.
Started not happy. He's in the stewards chat already. You've got Ryan Jones saying McEwen driver of the day. Rockamad with 2 votes.
Rockamad with 2 votes. Well, that's going to be controversial, shall we say? So who do we think, Liam?
I think you've got to give it to Callum on that one.
Yeah, you're going to have to give it to Callum, who's made the most. He was there or thereabouts. Brilliant drive. I think that's his first ever F2 win. Sergio will be kicking himself that he picked up a penalty, but at the same time, he wouldn't have had to worry about that penalty as he was so far down the road. It wouldn't have mattered. He still would have had a lead of about 5 seconds had he not had a collision with Rockamad. He ended up on reverse grid pole. I'm really interested to see what is said about this. I think we'll have to get Zydrad into the party at the end of the sprint race, Liam, and find out what on earth happened there.
Yeah.
Right, so I wonder what happens, folks.
I wonder what happens with gearboxes then for this next sprint race. Do they stay in the same gearbox, or do they get new ones?
So that pretty sure they get new ones. Drama of the highest order.
Late drama.
Very much like Silverstone. It seemed like a very sort of going through the motions kind of race, and then right at the end you got people with gearboxes failing, people running out of fuel, and then of course the race leader has a collision with a car that's a lap down. Incredible scenes, really. Yeah, very interesting this. So then here we have it for the formation laps, running you through the grid for the sprint race. Rocket Mad starts on pole, very controversial. I'm sure Zydrad's going to be, well, he's going to be very happy should he overtake him. Might give him a little bit of a, letting him know he's there sort of thing should he get near him. Rocket Mad in P1, Nicky P2, Motion has a P3, Evoke P4, Southerners P5, Mercs P6, Zydrad P7, and McEwen race winner from the feature race P8. Benz 9, Scopes 10, Baggy Fan 11, Beast 12, Division 13th, Smoke 14th, Dylan 15th, Bunny 16th, and Hicklin 17th. Did Division join back?
I don't believe he has. I've sent him an invite.
invite.
Yeah, I sent him another one.
Just chuck in one more.
There we are. He's got no invite if he can get in.
Oh wow! Smoke and
Smoke's left the session.
Smoke's AI just crashed into someone. This is going to be very interesting, Liam. I'm very much looking forward to this. We've got Rockamad in P1. He was all over the place in the previous race with 2 laps to go. It looked like he was going to get nowhere near points. Before you know it, he's on reverse grid pole. After a collision with race leader Zydrad, adding to that drama. Who's your prediction for this race, Liam?
I'm going to go a bit out. I think Seven's got a shot at this, coming from P5. Maybe Evoke as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say Evoke. I think Evoke's obviously very hard to pass. Should he be able to stay with us and no disconnects and so on and so forth. Rockamad is going to be on the softs. Ben's on the softs as well. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make those tyres last to the end. It's going to be a pretty hard job as we wait for the lights.
The people in South definitely have to pit. Yeah, we're sitting here for a long time.
Yeah, the lobby's going to have crashed. I think we're waiting for Smoke and McEwen. Apparently. Oh.
Huh?
Oh. Apologies for this, folks.
Got some lobby issues here.
Yeah, this is another great showing by the game, shall we say. I think everyone might have been dashboarded.
The last I saw was Smoke leaving the session. It must have been him spinning, his wheel spinning from joining back in.
Apologies, folks. Obviously, with the guys, looks like they're racing. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's happened. Unfortunately, folks, we can't really do a lot until we can get an invite into the lobby. I've never seen this before.
I managed to run off of Beast. If you could do the same.
Oh, is it joinable? I thought it was an invite. Drop Smoke an invite if you can, mate, if you're in.
Yeah, we'll do.
Lovely old main road.
I'm back in now, lap 2. Someone's just leading this, so I gave him a shout for chance of winning this race. And it's Nicky, Zydrad, Scopes. What about Vogue has a Callum, Merckx, Rocco Mad, Smoke, Dylan, Bunny, Baggy, Division,
Smoke, get back in.
Then Beast and Cooper Benz have DNF'd. I have sent him an invite.
We're in. We are in. Sorry to everyone who's watching. Just in time to see a Vogue and Scopes going wheel to wheel. Vogue hit the back of Nicky. That's not gone too well for him. Let's get this full. Oh no, Scopes is gone. He's just pinned it. Massive crash. Carbon fibre everywhere. That would be a safety car if there was one. Crazy. Zydrad up to P2 already. Southerners leading the race. At the minute on course for his first ever SLR race win. Am I right in saying, Liam? I don't think he's won a race yet.
I don't think he has.
He's on course at the minute, but obviously we're only on lap 2. Zydrad right behind him on lap... in P2 with the bit between his teeth because he's going to be fuming about being... not winning. Zydrad... Rockamad into the pits. A Vogue into the pits. So both... Yeah, so it's not good. Not looking good for them. My prediction for the race win seems to be all over the place. Hicklin's had a shocker again. Unfortunately, he's well out of the points at the minute. Zydrad right behind Southerners now with DRS. This is for the lead of the race. So obviously only the top 8 score points on this particular race. At the minute, Bunny, having not scored and crashed on lap 1 of the feature race, is going to score at the minute. But obviously it's a very, very early stage of the race. SLR McEwen, the last race winner, finds himself down in P5. He's got his work cut out, in fact, to get anywhere near where he was. He's going to hope he can get past Hazard and Nicky, but they are pretty far down the road from where he is. So I feel like McEwen might have been involved in some sort of incident down the road. City Bunny's not too far off the back.
Zydrad's gone for it.
Zydrad's gone for it. Apologies, folks, we've missed this. That's all my own fault. He's going to have him there. So
he did have to
try
lift
fight
off.
it.
Halfway down, I showed you had to lift off there and the DRS closed.
And then Zydrad into P1, where he was for the majority of the previous race until the lap before, until the final standings. He did cross the line P1, but he was had it taken away from him. McEwen right on the back of Hazard, almost pushing him around these corners here. Motion Hazard almost takes out Callum there. Yeah, very, very close to hitting the front of him. Going to ride on board with Hazard. Quick look behind at Callum, and then Merckx behind him. Here we've got McEwen and Merckx queuing up here behind Hazard. Callum's not had a very good exit there. He's got Merckx right behind him. They've both got DRS, and Callum seems to be able to get away in the straight. Southerners within a second of Zydrad here. And he might well fancy his chances at a move for P1 again. Gonna stick on board with these two. Opens up the DRS. It looks like he's way too far back to get anything done about it here. Yep, he is way too far back. So Zajrad keeps hold of P1. McEwen and Motion Hazard. This is for P4. Oh, there's not a lot of room there. Great defending from Hazard. Left Callum just as much as he had to. Parked it right on the apex, and he keeps P4. Really, really good racing from Motion Hazard there, and good from McEwen not to collide at any point. So fair enough to the two of them there. Merck's just waiting in the wings. Let's see what Rockamad's doing, shall we? He's started on pole. He's down in P11. He's miles off the pace, isn't he, Liam? He's going to be...
He's already pitted as well, I believe.
Right, okay. I wonder whether that little incident with Zajrad's kind of got to him or not. It'd be interesting to know.
Merck's going to the inside of Callum here.
Oh, he has, yeah. He is, yeah. Round the outside. Well, no, sorry. At the inside goes Merck's. Great move.
Callum had a look
Merck's trying to
at
show.
and then, then had to back out of it, and Merck's just took it.
So right place, right time for Merck's. Good on him.
Is he
Oh, the
looking
inside
on-
of Hazard.
Yeah. Hazard's got damage there.
Oh, yeah. And Merck's has passed.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
whoa,
Hazard's gone. Hazard's gone. Hazard's gone. He's round, and that front wing is gone. Silly bunny. Oh, my word.
Hazard's got a next for me. Oh!
Oh, no. And
Baggy's
Baggy's
hit
just
him.
gone straight into him.
No.
Oh, no. And Division's AI? Pretty sure that's Division's AI. Yeah,
I think so.
So should Division finish in the points, he won't be scoring any. That's a disaster for Hazard. To be fair to him, I think he just had to just sit there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, not really a lot he could do there. He just had to, just sit there and pray. And unfortunately, Baggy's hit him. Baggy in the last point paying position for the time being. I'd imagine is going to lose that any second now to Division. He's going to open his DRS now. It should be a pretty easy move. I know there's a lot of lag going on there. But Division's AI is going to pass Baggy fan. So, oh. Interesting. But so Baggy fan will still take a point. As things stand, as Division is not in control of his car. McEwen very close to the back of Merckx here, Liam. Is he just going to try and stick with him? Try and work his way up the field by sticking with him?
He could try, but he had more pace than in the race before. So he might be looking to get past him and go on his own, maybe drag Merckx along.
I think that might well be his plan. Zajrad with a 3-second lead up front. How close is Zajrad to any lap cars? Nowhere near. For him, as things stand.
Just looking at position changes,
So-
City Bunny's up 10.
Yeah, he's up 10. Yeah, I've just noticed that. It's a really good race for him so far. Then P6.
And his teammate behind him up 7.
Also, I know Nicky's lost a position, but to still be in P3, he's obviously not the fastest driver on the grid at the minute, but that's a respectable achievement so far, as we're almost halfway through this sprint race. You would be happy with P3, I'd imagine, come the end of the race.
He has got end plate damage. That's Nicky, so I wonder how quick Merckx can close this gap with Callum on it.
Yeah, going to quick look at these two. And these two are the closest on track by some margin. Again, this field is fairly spread out.
As pitted after getting his car back in the pits from his spin.
Say that again.
Hazard's got his car back into the pits and pitted and come out new front wing.
The front wing for Haas is a disaster. He's right at the back of the field. Unless there was a massive pile-up, he's not going to be catching anyone soon. Unfortunately.
He's not the closest car to Zydrad.
Yeah, he is.
The one that could be lapped.
Yeah, so Nicky has lost about 7/10 of a second since we last looked at the timings properly. McEwen, in fact, has almost dropped out of DRS. He's just about to get it. By a 1/10 of a second, he's going to get DRS, but yeah, these two are the closest on track. Smoke is not that far off his teammate Silly Bunny. They're going to try and be working their way up the field, but really Silly Bunny's 10 seconds behind McKeon, so there's not really a lot that's going to be done. So at the minute, it looks like a lot's going to be happening on track, folks. The remaining 6 laps, apart from this little battle that I think is going to ensue for P3. As Freeman puts the event sign up. Oh, my voice keeps cracking tonight. I'm not quite sure what's going on. But Freeman just puts the event sign up for Netherlands, and the race isn't even finished in Vietnam. So
he's on it.
This is what, it's just 2 weeks in the Netherlands, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll be joining in between.
Yeah, so China in between. Yeah, it's a shame not to see any F2 racing in China. I do love watching the F2 races. There's a lot of drama, as you can imagine. Incredible drama right at the end of the last race. Hopefully we're going to get something a little bit like that in this race. But we shall see. I'm very, very interested to hear from Zydrad, Liam, at the end of this race, to find out what on earth happened before. McEwen currently in P5. I mean, won the last race. Is going to be in for a decent haul of points. So I'd imagine he'll be in the top 3 for the weekend. He could well be in P4, as Liam said, come the end of this straight. He's gaining massively on Merckx. Look at the speed difference there, and he's gone past him. And Merckx is going to try out that back. No, Callum kind of covers him off a little bit. So Callum now into P4. It's been a really good race. These two have been having a good battle for the entire weekend.
Yeah. Closely matched. This kind of goes purple.
Luckily 2 of the only cars on track seem to be giving us much of a battle on a regular basis, so it's good to see. Must say, I really hope the field isn't this spread out in the F1 races, Liam.
Yeah. I think the next battle we'll see is Callum or Nicky, as he is just right there in front of them.
Is your interval timer broken?
Yeah, I can't see it. Here we are, it's fixed now. He's 0.8.
Oh, there you go, it's across the line. So Nicky has damage, you said?
Yeah. But he was right front end plate damage on this win.
Yeah, you're spot on. As usual, Liam. Nothing. You don't miss anything, do you, Liam?
You got to be cleared up when you're doing this commentary job.
Yeah, exactly. Sign him up, full timer. I heard. Give him a commentary role. Get rid of the bot role. Get the commentary role on the Discord. That's what I heard. Yeah, so Callum within a second here. It doesn't. No, you know what? I mean, a bit of DRS, he might be able to get the job done. Does look quite far back. I don't think he's going to be close.
Yeah, Merckx is closer to Callum at the minute.
Yeah, Callum's got DRS to defend. He's definitely closing that gap to Nicky, but he's nowhere near close enough to make any sort of move. Oh, Nicky loses it on exit though. That's not going to help him.
Dicklin retires in the pit. And I believe Hazard's on the same.
disaster for Hickman. Shocking weekend, really, for him, unfortunately. Baggy, also not a great weekend for him so far. Lost, was out of, run out of fuel when in the points, didn't he, in the feature race?
In the first race, yeah.
Yeah, and then he hit Hazard when Hazard was, sideways on the track.
I believe this is his debut in F2. Baggy fan.
Yeah, so, I think you're right, Liam.
He'll be much more from his if he gets another chance to race.
Yeah, the new Division 3 admin, isn't he, Baggy? He's obviously...
Yeah.
Well, he's not been in the league a long time as Baggy. He's only really raced in a couple of actual league races, but he's been such a valued member of the community, and he is, seems to have the respect of the drivers. He's been a very viable addition to our admin team.
Yeah.
I'd like to say he's. I think he was very apprehensive about league racing and stuff before actually coming into the league, and it's fair to say to him he's taken to it beautifully.
Yeah.
Callum's got past Nicky for P3.
Merckx is on him.
We seem to have
Merckx
missed
is
that.
at it now.
Merckx is right on the back of him. Nicky's got DRS to defend with. Merckx is going to throw it at the inside here. He's got to. Oh, Merckx, no! Oh, that's a massive dive.
As well. Nicky's back through and Merckx has lost it. Yeah.
That's a massive dive from Merckx.
So he's given Nicky a lifeline there for third place. 3 laps to go.
So Nicky's back in third. Callum's going to be fuming. Callum was past Nicky. He'd done that move. He was up the road. He was about to stretch his... Oh, no, and Callum's hit the wall.
Yeah,
Callum's just hit the wall. Oh, no, it goes from bad to worse, and Nicky's chance for P3, he's just got even better. Oh, no, it's carnage here. Merckx must have really thrown a queuing off with that dive up the inside. Didn't go anywhere near to plan. Callum maybe is a little bit rattled from that. Has just gone and hit the wall.
Yeah.
And he's definitely lost an end plate. Whether it's a bit more serious than that, I'm not quite sure. We'll try and get a look at it, but I think it was the right side of his car. It looks just like an end plate, but it's still going to be hampering him. He's lost 2 seconds to Nicky now.
Yeah, Merckx right on him.
I feel like Callum could be a little bit miffed should Merckx... Well, I'd imagine Merckx is probably going to get past him, to be honest with you, but once Merckx gets past him, I can't imagine Callum's going to be overly happy about it. So yeah, with 2.5 laps to go, start to get a little bit of drama. He's getting on him here. He's got the DRS open, but Callum's got some really good speed. It doesn't look like Merckx is going to be close enough. Callum's not going to give him any room there, judging what happened this time last lap on that corner. I can imagine Callum is going to fight this hardly.
Yeah. Shut the door in there.
Parking it in all the right places. Oh, there you go. I think there goes some end plate. Callum gave him nothing there.
Yeah.
Callum was not having it there, was he? He's like, well, you know what?
He's got his elbows really out.
Yeah, have some back. I think that's probably what he was saying to him there.
Yeah.
How bad is that damage? That's an end plate. End plate damage from Merckx. So that's I think he's starting to get a little bit feisty, which has allowed Nicky to get away. He's put 3/10 on in this lap as well. So at the minute, 2 laps to go. Zytrad's almost got a 10-second lead up front. The F2 magician, really, particularly around this track. He would have been
He's
on
not really kept an eye on him.
Would have been in for the full whammy should he had not been robbed, really. Well, we can't speculate. We shouldn't really be saying, so apologies for that. But it's a direct quote from Zydrad saying he's been robbed of the win in the previous race. So, if he'd, pole, it could have been pole, win, and win. It's not a very
we gave him the shot for
common
4
thing
points.
to do. Yeah. fair enough to him. As things stand, he is looking very good for it. Merckx, within a second of Callum, he's going to get DRS here.
Looking into the stream chat, Darnell just arrived. Evening lads, turning for the last few laps. McEwen robbed his butt. Was up to slow Darnell to throw in a shot at Southerners there, being 10 seconds off side drive.
Wow. Shots fired from Joseph. I really hate to see it. I think your brother's doing a very good job for the Darnells. I think you should be very proud of him, mate. Very good drive so far.
Yeah, I think that new road's got to Darnell.
Yeah, I think so. Who's our driver of the day, Liam? I know Bunny's gained 10 positions, but ever since we've joined back in the lobby, I've not really seen him do a lot.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to him, I don't know whether these were full-on overtakes or if they were just
I think he was
from people who've crashed.
in that position when I joined.
Yeah, and he hasn't done a lot since. He's not pulled away from smoke, so his pace hasn't been electrifying as such. I'm inclined to give it to Zydrad, given you know, the circumstances he found himself in at the start of this race, and probably was a bit rattled considering what happened to him in the feature race. He's absolutely dominated this so far. Should nothing go wrong in the final two sectors, he has led this race from a very early point. He took pole in the feature race, led the feature race for, well, what, 19 laps was it, Liam? Well, no, sorry, he led the whole thing, just lost it right on the line, didn't he? So I'm happy. Oh, I mean, I'd be inclined to give it to Zydrad. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I would give it to Zydrad. We can always see what the comments say.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, any suggestions, any opinions in the stream chat, chuck them in. Nicky's lost one position, but to stay within the top three for a guy who's not, he's not the fastest of the guys in this lobby, he's not top three pace, no disrespect to him, but to stay within the top three, especially with wing damage, he's had wing damage at a very, very early point on. So to stay in this top three, should he finish there, is a very impressive drive from him. And it was probably very rare that someone gets driver of the day having actually lost a position in a race. But let's see what the stream chat says, shall we? We've got 15 people watching.
Zydrad's crossed the line already. We've missed that, I think.
Yeah, Zydrad. Apologies. Yeah, I was sorry to Zydrad. I was just talking about Nicky, but Zydrad takes a dominant
across the line.
Southern is really good. P2
from
I think
Matt there. Back out of fuel again
from him. Oh no, disaster. Nicky takes P3, McKeon P4, Merckx P5. Bernie with a good drive. He's obviously gained a lot more positions than where he started. He's going to get some points considering the poor race he had last time. Smoke. Whoa, what's happened there?
He just jumped to the top.
It can't be right. Please tell me that corrects itself. Wait, Merckx has just got a... What is this game?
I don't know, it's
How
kind
is
of a
Merckx going
debate
to have a
across the
time
line.
penalty?
Rockamad's
all over the place. Yeah. Baggy's out of fuel. How is...
The Vision AI in 8th there, but he's not being the whole race, so
the division,
it'll go to Rockamad, won't it?
Here Rockamad will be scoring a point, assuming he finishes P9. Is he out of fuel? No, he's not out of fuel, he's just all over the place.
I think
and he's lost it again.
I think he's got very hot
almost...
tyres here.
Yeah. Well, if Baggy had points, if Baggy had fuel, he'd be in the points. But I think Merckx's car has just got a 3-second time penalty after it's crossed the line. Smoke supposedly won the race by 27 seconds, which is completely and utterly wrong.
Baggy fan happens to do something I can't see.
And now the AIs are crashed into each other. I wonder if Sunder's AI is going to try and give him a bit of a push.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to make it. He might just do it.
So then there's anything I was trying to go past him here. Not quite sure what's going on here. Is Baggy going to make this? Oh, is he going to get there? I think he's going to be just
got 10
about
seconds.
okay. Oh no.
I think
Baggy,
he's done it.
get the power down. Baggy!
3 seconds to go.
3 seconds to go. Just. Let's hope these standings correct themselves, because we know Spoke did not win that race. It's actually given Smoke the race win. I think that's Smoke on the podium.
Yeah. That's the
this is unbelievable. So that's, hats off to Codemasters for making a game worse. Look at that. Hats off to Codemasters for making a game worse than last year. Smoke came home in P7, wasn't it? Bunny was P6. So
Yeah.
Smoke. It's just as that was probably because he had to rejoin, because he disconnected right at the start of the race, didn't he? And there always seems to be an issue with people rejoining, so that will be sorted out, luckily, thanks to the new appeals. They're not really appeals, but glitch sort of penalty panel. The real race winner was Zydrad, Southerners P2, Nicky P3, and so on and so forth, really.
I'm getting the
Rock
top
and
3
Man.
into the party here.
Yeah, so let's just have a quick look at the results from the weekend then. Who got the most points? So it's Zydrad, McEwen, and Southerners. So Southerners, McEwen, and Zydrad we need.
Yeah.
Right, that was quick. We've got all 3 of them in. I think they're all connected. Is everyone in?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everyone is in. Drop your... Well, not drop anything. Give your boxes a tick, please, lads, at the top of the party, so everyone can have the pleasure of hearing your voices. We'll start with you, Matt. Very good drive, particularly in the sprint race, mate, to come home. Obviously, it's given you P3, but we know it was a P2. We didn't really see what happened at the start. The game kicked us out when Smoke rejoined.
Oh, you're kidding.
Unfortunately, game kicked us out right at the start. We got back in at the end of lap 2. Liam did put his neck on the line and did say that he was backing you for a win, or definitely a good result.
Yeah.
Summarise your race for us.
Well, after hearing that you didn't see the start of the sprint race, I'm kind of gutted now, because started 5th and I was up to 1st. Oh
no! God, I wish I'd seen that now.
The sprint race pace wasn't really there, to be honest. I mean, I think you could see that when as soon as Zydrad got past, he pulled away by about 10 seconds. Unfortunately, I was just always looking behind. Really, I saw McEwen and Merckx were catching up behind Nicky. Then, unfortunately, I had some other guys in the party tell me that something happened, and I was just able to chill. It was just fortunate, really. If it wasn't for the start in the sprint race, it probably wouldn't have run as smoothly as it did. But a 4th place and a 2nd place in Vietnam in Formula 2, I'd happily take that.
Well, congratulations, teammate. Really good result. Good points
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
team, considering, unfortunately, your teammate couldn't have such a good weekend as you did. We'll move on to Callum. Let's quickly... I've got quite a lot to talk to you about, to be honest, mate. We'll start with the feature race. Brilliant drive to put yourself P3. No disrespect to yourself, didn't expect to see you P3. And then you were faster than Merck pretty much the entire race, and you were looking solid for a P2. And then I'm sure we'll find out from Zydrad soon what actually happened. You inherit P1.
give us your reaction on the feature race anyway.
Well, first of all, I feel sorry for Zydrad, really. Didn't expect to actually get P1. But as it goes, luck was on my side. But yeah, it was a good race. It's good to be able to be up there with him again, second week in a row. So just felt comfortable. I think finding more time at this track as it goes on.
Well, that's good to know, mate. Well, it's that was obviously a really great start for you, and then by the time we came back into the lobby for the sprint race, you were a little bit down. Not quite sure what happened to you, if anything happened to you at all. But you had lost a bit of time to like Nicky. Nicky was about maybe 2 or 3 seconds up the road at one point. And then you obviously, you caught up to him, you got past him, you got past Merckx, you looked like you were on for a solid P3, and then all of a sudden in comes a charging Merckx, kind of out of nowhere. Give us your reaction to that. What really happened in your view?
He's apologised already. It's just an accident. I think he went for the move on Nicky and just completely missed his braking point, and there's nothing I could say to it. He spun himself in front, and then that was it, really. He's apologised, but I just got swamped off the start. Literally felt like I was standing still. Everyone, about 4 or 5 people just went flying past me. I was just like, I'm going nowhere. But it was a good recovery drive. So I'm just happy to get, I think it was P5 in the end.
Oh, well, I think it was. Well, it will be P4, won't it? I'm assuming Smokey's not going to be taking that race win, so it's.
Yeah, the glitch.
I can tell you now. So, as
Well,
me and Liam were
P4.
saying, yeah, shout out to Cody for making a worse game than last year. But how did you actually react after that little incident with Merckx? Because we were looking at it, and we thought, Merckx, obviously it's happened with Merckx. Cullen's been pushed down. My immediate reaction was like, he's going to catch up to Nicky. He's going to fight Nicky now for P3. And before we knew it, you put it in the wall.
Yeah.
Did that
lost my
incident
head.
kind of like distract you, rattle you a little bit? Yeah, we seem to
Massively.
think it might have. Right, okay.
Head was gone.
Don't really blame me, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair enough.
It was going to the apologise.
Well, yeah, that's the good sportsmanship we like to see. I'm sure Merckx is not the kind of guy to do that deliberately. So,
Nah.
well,
I knew he'd get him
congratulations to
straight
you,
away.
mate.
Cheers.
Well, that's good. Great result, mate. Well done to you. And then Zydrad. I've been looking forward to this interview, mate, since the end of the feature race. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, if that incident doesn't happen, it's a total domination. Pole, race win. Obviously, you've had such a great weekend. You've still got pole, second, race win. I can't help but feel you're probably going to be a little bit miffed.
You could say that. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You could say that.
We missed it on stream. I think Liam saw it, or he definitely gave us a heads up as to what happened. What actually happened?
So starting the penultimate lap, 18 I think it was. I was behind a back marker, not too far, like not too close, but not too far. So it showed it blue flags. But I wasn't expecting him to instantly give the position, obviously, because you can't really give the position without losing a lot of time. So I stuck behind him for a bit. Coming up to the main straight, I was clearly behind him. Should have just, backed off a bit and given him position. I don't know if the car was AI or not, because I don't have driver tags on. So I don't know about what happened there. But then the car was on the braking zone in the hairpin. I had to swerve out the way, and then it looked like he turned in, and therefore swiped me into the wall. But if I'm all honest, I'd move on. Feature race done in it.
So I swiped you into the wall. Do you think it was deliberate? Do you think he was...
I don't think it was deliberate. I definitely think that. It was definitely accidental, but I don't understand why a back marker would be on the racing line into a braking zone. Mm-hmm. But once again, it could be an AI. I don't know. So.
Okay. Well, have you recorded it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to look at that this weekend. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited to see this clip. Very excited to see this clip. But regardless, mate, I know you're going to be a little bit frustrated that you couldn't get both race wins, even though you fully deserve both, really. It's a great weekend for you, though. If you look at the stand-ins, 2 of your biggest rivals, well, 3 of your biggest rivals, Freeman, Ham and Jam, not racing. So it's a really great opportunity to put some points on them. And I think you've, apart from that little hiccup there that might not have well have been your fault, it seems like you've maximised that opportunity really.
Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't rule out the two podium sitters of the feature race. They are definitely hot on my tail, and they'll definitely give me a challenge.
So the next race we're at is Zandvoort, isn't it? That's the next race where we have. So what are your feelings going into that? Do you think obviously we know your pace around here is pretty superior, is pretty quicker than the average bloke. What are you feeling about going into Zandvoort?
Well, I've already done a 150 F2 race around there already, so I could kind of have a good kind of step to what my pace would be, a good, what would be the word, the mark, like kind of expectation, if you will. And so hopefully I can just repeat that, because I did win that race in Zandvoort, but who knows.
All right. Well, fair enough, mate. Thank you for your honest and fair reflections on this weekend. Thank you to all the drivers for jumping in the party and giving us a bit of analysis from the races. Thank you to the one and only SLR Liam, who jumped in last minute to help me out with this stream. I've really enjoyed it, mate. I can't wait to get you back on. Can't wait to give you that commentator role in Discord. Well, no, I really enjoyed it, mate. Thank you for your help. Yeah. It was really good fun. And we will see you. Well, next time we'll see you for F2 is in 2 weeks' time around Zandvoort, as we were just discussing with Zydrad. But I think the next time we're live, well, I don't think, I know the next time we'll be live is in 24 hours' time. We'll be in the middle of qualifying for Division 1. So fasten your seatbelts, folks. It's going to be a very exciting racing of the F1 divisions in Hanoi. I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you to the drivers yet again for joining me, and thank you to thank you to Liam for jumping in with me. We will see you tomorrow, so good night.